What up, weirdos? It's your boy Rain Drizzle, and my co-host, co-captain, Cole, conspirator, Uncle Juju.
What is up, babies?
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to BXTV, aka Back from Hell, your Spotify and YouTube podcast where you didn't know everything you needed to know. That's on pop culture, comics, movies, the smell of your undersack. Why does it smell that way? You know, we're bringing you all these answers. It doesn't matter. So tap in, excuse me, but if you're here on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, just keep doing what you're doing. And if you don't know, we stream on Twitch every Friday and Saturday at 12 a.m. Eastern time for an hour and do a podcast live where everybody can drop their thoughts, opinions, whatever, what you had for dinner. I don't care. But yeah, man. Welcome back, Juju.
Well, it's good to be here, man. It's
Yeah,
good to be
man.
here again.
The weekend's my favorite time, and not because we party, but because we meet up and we talk about all the things that we think people want to hear about in the world we're interested in, you know? And that week being comic books for the most part and a couple other things. Juju knows the topics. He'll slide them in there here and there.
Yep.
But off rip, like we do every week, we have comic book of the week. And basically, this week we have a new ongoing series by Image. Well, it's a revamp of an old series by Image, and the writer is a Virginia local, so that was pretty exciting. We have Witchblade #1, 2024. It was a cover price of $4.99, and I think it was very much worth it. I think there was multiple variant covers. Like, you could have got like a 1 in 50 to like a 1 in 100 or something like that. So you could have spent more on the cover, but if you got the cover, the regular A through whatever, it was $4.99. And the regular, they're all pretty fucking awesome. I got my buddy a 1 in 10. That was the only one I really wanted, but could only get one. You know, I'll get one down the road. But the writer is Margaret Bennett. I hope I'm saying that right. Margaret Bennett, and the artist is Giuseppe Cafaro, a.k.a. Pino. I'm just kidding, man. Don't be mad at me. And Arif Prianto. So the team is great here. The team
Yes.
the team worked very fucking well together. It was awesome, man. If you don't know what Witchblade is, basically Sarah Pizzeni is back in I think I'm saying her name right. Sarah Pizzeni, is back in an all-new origin story, a re-imaging of a classic storyline. This high-octane supernatural thriller starts at the beginning with familiar characters and new story arcs. New York City police detective Sarah's life was forever fractured by her father's murder. Cold, cunning, and hell-bent on revenge, Sarah now stalks a vicious criminal cable beneath the city, where an ancient power collides and transforms her into something wild, magnificent, and beyond her darkest imaginings. So, yeah, basically, if you don't know, Witchblade is a chick controlled by this, like, old cursed, like, little jewel thing that, like, takes over her body and, like, makes her a super crazy badass that we'll get into. Spoilers alert. But I've only read Medieval Spawn and Witchblade, whatever it's called. Like, I've read like 2 random issues out of that miniseries or whatever it is, and that's why when I saw this coming out, I was like, all right, I'm in. Like, I didn't realize, like, I also saw that she's like a detective, all this, that, and the third, and it's like, you know, there's a couple things we'll talk about, but you know, it's supposed to be like some like kind of like cursed paranormal lore going on. So I was really excited to see like this kind of like not really superhero comic, but like this like, plus she's also like, I wish I had the cover down here. She is curvy as hell in the suit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I mean, there's no eyesores. Like, the art is fucking awesome though. The art is literally through the fucking roof.
Yes.
And I thought the writing, I've never heard of Margaret Bennett. And she's done Animosity, Batwoman, and DC Bombshells. Those are just 3 things she's worked on. So she's done some stuff. So
Yeah.
I I was very like impressed with what she did here on issue 1. There's a couple things I wish
Yeah.
we got a little bit more of, but I'm not harping on it. I'm not harping on it at all. This is an ongoing from my knowledge, so I think we're going to have plenty of issues to really dive in, but I think this issue was very grounded and the format was laid out to just really introduce you on who she is, why this is happening, and here we go.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And a little bit of what's gonna happen. You know, there was still a little bit of like we were winking at like some possibilities. What did you think, man? What did you think? I know you don't really know Witchblade, so
Um. First of all, I loved the style. Just the graphic style of this comic book was so dynamic, and like you could feel the rain in New York, like in that
dude.
opening panel. You
And when
feel
people
like the
and
just
when
detail
and when
work.
people got hurt, uh
Yeah, it hurt.
yeah, there
Yeah,
was like chills going down my back, man. I was like, fuck, like this is like god damn it. I get why people don't read superheroes all the time. Like,
yeah,
the art, like I said, man, that art was just like it was so appealing and it was just so easy on the eyes.
yeah,
And it meshed with the writing. Like it didn't feel like anything was rushed or forced. It all felt like it
yeah,
was just kind of like it felt like you were watching a episode 1 on Max, like on HBO or something.
yeah,
It felt like a nice good like hour 10-minute intro. Like it didn't take an hour and 10 minutes to read, but like that's like kind of how it felt. It felt like
yeah.
I don't know, that's at least how
Dude,
I explain it.
can I just say something about her suit? Um, when I was looking at it, and
Okay, real quick,
I know that you,
real quick. Just so you guys know, which for you guys who don't know, Witchblade, it's a little like emerald jewel thing, and it basically like clings to their throat right here. And
yeah,
like when it like goes into like suit mode, it like covers her whole body, and she has like all these extended like tentacle things that like come out, and she can like kill people with and
yep,
stuff. She looks like a kind of different version of Carnage almost, but
yeah,
not as like symbiote messy looking.
yeah. It's not as organic looking. Which it really kind of, if they ever did a live action for this, I really want Jim Henson's people on it because, to be honest with you, the way that suit looked, it looked like something they could have just as easily put in the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, or it had that otherworldly blade-like quality that I was like, you know what?
I I'm gonna
I like this. I like this design.
I'm
I'm here for it.
I'm gonna go
It just kind
ahead.
of reminded me of that.
I'm gonna pitch a different person to make it, and hear me out on why.
Yeah, sure.
Um, Two routes. If you're going real, which is gonna be hard because of how the suit expands, like from that little
Yeah,
piece, like that's you're gonna have to CGI that. Like, there's no way you're gonna build a suit that just fucking covers her. Like, you can build one that she
yeah,
walks around in, but I think for the practical one, it should be the people who do who did the armor, like all the armor for Game of Thrones, because they actually build that armor.
mm, yeah,
They built all that
yeah,
armor, like Aegon's armor and shit like that. That was all like
mm,
hand built for the show. So I think they could make like a really nice, like almost like make it out of chainmail, but like not make it a see through. I think they could make like a good suit for her to like walk around and fight in.
yeah,
And then I think you should get the people who I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for this, but I think the people who did Ant-Man's helmet, or no, Doctor Fate,
mm,
the people who did Doctor Fate CGI for like his shit, like get like him, and just like when they have to release the suit, like get them to like create it, because like all the Doctor
yeah.
Fate stuff looked cool. The Ant-Man stuff is a little hit or miss. But back to the
No,
comic.
I agree with it. Yeah, yeah. Back to the comic. I like the character setup. I like how she is just she goes like they explain like when her father was killed, like she basically joined the army and
Yeah,
joined like
her
every
dad
single
was killed by dirty cops,
yes.
and she joins the army, and then she leaves the army and becomes a cop to try to like do it from the inside out or whatever, like her dad's
Yeah.
murder. And basically the whole first issue is this group of agents following the Witchblade, and
Yeah.
it's actually going from person to person, which was really cool to see. The Witchblade
Yeah, that was
knew the actual host was and was just like going. I mean, it went from like one end of the world to the other, like,
yeah.
and it just kept like causing chaos to chaos, and then it finally gets to her, and she just like she's doing a undercover thing where she's trying to be like play as a dirty cop, and they're trying to get her to kill somebody, and then they're gonna like kill her, and the Witchblade basically saves her, and it's this gnarly ass just fucking blood
Yeah.
splatter, shit stains everywhere. It was fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Like I can't wait until like we see what the fuck else goes on. But they do a really good job of like building her up to be this like beaten down, like weathered, tough bitch.
Yeah.
Like not like bitch in like the sense of like she's a bitch, like just like or a female, like just like in general, like you're a tough motherfucker or you're a tough asshole. Like I'm just being clear, like she is just a tough son of a bitch, and that's like
Yeah.
what they're building her up to be. And I think that's like the Witchblade is choosing her maybe because she might be like a pure tough motherfucker. I think I don't know, and I'm excited to see why the Witchblade chose her, and I'm excited to see what she does with the Witchblade as a detective.
Yes. And
I'm
also there's the agent who is following her who was up on the
Yeah, so
roof.
at the very end of the book, there's an agent at the top of the roof, like when she's getting like help after like everything simmers down and everything, and he's just watching her, and he like checks in with the main dude. Oh my bad, guys, I pulled the screen. Um, but he pulls up or he like chimes in on the Bluetooth, whatever the fuck they got going on
Yeah.
earpiece, and he's just basically like, I got an eye on her. So there is somebody keeping tabs on Sarah as the Witchblade. They know who the Witchblade is, and I'm curious to see like what happens. Like there. I don't know any of the characters in Witchblade, so it's an image book. So I wonder if there'll be any crossovers, if or it'll be self-contained. And I I really hope we get to see a lot of the detective side of her. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to this like crime noir aspect of her rampage killings.
And also I'm very curious to know the level of supernatural threat that she may have to unfortunately encounter
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it seems to me like this artifact is something that would be of interest to other parties,
No,
you know?
100%. I was going to say somebody online said this and I'd have to agree with them. There was a little bit lack of the paranormal like lore factor,
Yeah.
but I think it's just they weren't trying to overload like the first issue with things. So I think they paced it
Yeah.
well. I think they're gonna have plenty of issues to get into that, and I think we definitely will. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what kind of enemies this thing brings, allies as well. Like,
Mhm.
what kind of deities and beings does this fucking object, the Witchblade, attract? Because it's probably gonna it
Yep.
attracts humans. It's definitely gonna like if humans are interested in it, there's definitely some kind of evil person interested in it. I'm sure of. So I'm
Yep.
very excited. I I give this a 10 though. I hate to say it, but I'd give this a 10. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
I was hooked all the way through, and I immediately wanted more. Like I immediately wanted more of it.
Yeah. Like this definitely washed away the kind of bad taste of the last warden.
Oh
It was like
yeah.
this is how you make a supernatural story.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
no, yeah, definitely so. Last Warden by Mad Cave was definitely a stinker, and this was like well put together. Like
yeah,
this and Powerpuff Girls were both very well done this week. So if you want two
yeah.
pulls this week, Powerpuff Girls, and which is Paulina the artist. She's but yeah,
I'm,
Witchblade. Uh,
I'm glad that Virginia is on like a 10 on a winning streak here. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
Yeah, we got her on the art,
it's
and
Miko.
then
You
and then
know,
we got Margaret Bennett on the writing, native as well. I believe she lives in L.A. now, but yeah, that's super definitely sick to see. But yeah, dudes, definitely go pull Witchblade. Tell your local comic shop you want that book and get it.
it is. It was a 4.99. Believe me, it's worth a lot more. That is an undervalue right
Oh
there.
yeah, no, it definitely was worth the 4.99. Like, there's no doubt about that. There's so many other books you
Yeah,
could pay 4.99 for, and they're not worth it. They're also just chock full of ads. So like, this is definitely like this is what was good. Definitely very excited. I'm definitely very excited to see where it goes.
yeah. You know what else costs 4.99? He's nuts.
All right, Beavis. All right, Beavis. I was watching Beavis and Butthead at my boy's house earlier.
It's so funny because like Meredith, I don't know how Tony picked up on Beavis and Butthead, but he was talking about them. That's so funny you said that.
Oh,
Um, so
real quick though, before we
our main, yeah, sure.
before we dive into some shit, I just want to say, if anybody ever has a comic book of the week recommendation, drop it in the comments or hit us on social media platforms and DM us, and we'll. But yes, to follow up what Juju was gonna say, this week was the season finale of The Boys
Oh,
till
yep,
fucking 2 years probably until we get the season 5 finale of the
yeah,
show. And I just want to say, holy fuck stick. Like, this shit was,
yeah,
like, there was a lot to unpack. And we're not going to go beat for beat on what happened. But, man, dudes, like, this wasn't the best season of The Boys, but it was definitely, important for the lead up to the end. Like, I think it was very
yeah,
important, and like it completely lays out the final season perfectly. Like everything is like so if you guys aren't aware, fucking everything goes to shit. Spoiler warnings.
yep,
I'm not gonna tell you everything, but some main things to talk about is fucking Newman dies. You finally get to see the Butcher's power, which was
yeah,
fucking insane. This man has this super tumor that literally is this giant, like, tentacle arms that come out of his
yeah.
chest.
And honestly, it was kind of satisfying to see her go. She kind of was getting on my nerves.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, man. I felt like she would have been a good player in trying to kill Homelander. Like, if she had some training, she could eventually maybe pop his head or pop a couple of the other soups' heads while somebody fights Homelander. You know what I mean? Uh, But yeah, he kills her. So then Homelander basically they have an election. This new guy gets put. This like right wing dude who's like all for superheroes gets put in position of power and of president, and basically Homelander's in charge. And find out Sage shows up, and she's like, the plan worked. The whole time,
Yep.
Sage set this whole fucking thing up so that Newman would get killed and fucking Homelander could put somebody who's actually a puppet in charge so Homelander can put soups and police of the whole entire US.
Yep.
It's fucking nuts that it worked out. And then since they killed Newman, he puts uh arrest warrants out on all of the boys,
All the boys.
and fucking Frenchie, Huey, and Mother's Milk all get captured, and all of the three Gen V people show up. I won't tell you who. You can find that
Yep.
out. And Starlight flies off, and it's funny because her fly off is way more badass than Homelander's are. Like hers look cool. She like
Yeah.
flies up and then just fucking thunder cunts out of the sky. Like,
Yeah. and you can tell that she was still a little pissed about the fucking what was it, the switcher or whatever,
oh yeah, yeah,
the changeling.
yeah, dude. It's a crazy fucking episode, but I think it was a really good lead up. And basically, I'm telling you all this because we're gonna just talk about what we think season 5 is more so gonna be about,
Oh,
and that's what I think is important. Season, f- I think season 5. I have some big theories, and I think if they're smart, they'll put out another season of Gen V, which they may not, because rest in peace to Homeboy, which I would
yeah,
understand. But if they put out a season of Gen V, they could like tie in some loopholes they could leave out on fucking 5. But
yeah,
I think season 5 is basically gonna be Homelander and all the soups from Vault are gonna just be like tearing down the US and building it back in their like in
yeah,
Homelander's image. And uh I think the Butcher and Starlight are gonna have to like I think they're gonna have to find A Train and like build like a little team rescue everybody and kill Homelander.
yeah,
Like I think he may unleash that virus or try to. Like I think the
yeah.
Butcher might try and unleash that fucking world soup virus.
I think you're on the right track. Um, I also think that they're guaranteed we're gonna see the camps. We're gonna
Oh
see the
yeah.
prison camps that they're talking about.
Well, we did see them. Saw them in Gen V.
That's right. Um, I think that's going to be a kind of a huge thing considering that all three of the major players have been captured. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but I think it's gonna focus a lot on just soup on like I think it's just gonna be like soup
yeah,
violence. Like I think it's gonna be the Butcher like tearing soups up, and I think we're gonna see other soups like I think we're gonna see like some Civil War type shit from Marvel,
yeah,
but on the boys. Like I think we're just gonna see soups going at each other and like humans like going to war. Bloody final season, dude. I don't like
yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna end. I don't know how the fuck you're gonna save all of them when Homelander already has them. Because I'd be surprised if Homelander doesn't kill at least one of them off rip.
Yep. I have my guesses as to who that will be, but
I
it's going to
mean,
be a gut punch.
who's your guess? Because Kimiko, Starlight, and the Butcher are free, so I think they're gonna all team up and come after him.
I think maybe Kimiko and Starlight. I think the Butcher has his own
No,
plan.
no, no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Homelander already has them, so I feel like Homelander is
Oh
gonna
yeah.
butcher one of them first. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like it would make more
Oh
sense that one of them die. And I know he hates Huey the most, but I think it might be Frenchie
yeah. That's
because
who I was
I
gonna, and
feel
I
like
don't want to
I feel
say
like
it.
this show might think he's the most disposable, and it'll be heart wrenching. Everybody loves
Yep.
him.
He's gonna be the Glenn of the group.
Yeah, like
He's gonna.
you know what I mean? That, or I think Kimiko will die, which I really don't want her to die.
Yeah.
She finally talks too. She says no when they take Frenchie, dude. That was huge.
Yeah.
She finally got her
Oh,
voice back.
and she was injected with the virus for literally a second, and then they like cut her leg off, and I'm going like, biology is a little faster than that, I think. Um, so I think that her powers may actually start to diminish
I don't think
in
so
this
on that.
season.
I don't think so on that. Because The Walking Dead, you're overthinking it. Because The Walking Dead, literally, they get bit by a walker and they cut their leg off and they're good.
Uh, Okay.
I think she's good. Like, that's just my opinion, though. I mean, maybe you're right, but I don't think so.
I mean, that would also. I don't put it past them to be cruel. So
I don't either, but
that would be a
I think
cool
it'd
way
be
to
more of
go.
a Homelander kill. I think Kimiko's too big of a hitter to get killed by the virus. Like I think if they're gonna take her out, Homelander's just gonna literally like fucking blast her in the head or something. Cause like, you know, I mean maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Cause I don't even know if a head blast would kill her. Cause she can regenerate. Like
Yeah.
so I don't really know. I am really excited though to just see fucking Homelander go AWOL cuz I bet you we're about to see him
Yeah.
bloodier than fucking ever. Like and I can't wait to see
Um.
fucking the Deep die. Like I really hope he dies. Like
I,
he might
I'll tell
turn
you one
though.
of
He
my
might turn.
yeah.
But I don't think he will.
No, I think it's for him. I think it's too late for him.
I think him killing the
I think
octopus was the turning point.
yeah. I think that
And he's too scared of
um
Homelander, actually. He's way too scared of
yeah,
Homelander. He's way too scared of him. He's a baby back bitch when it comes to Homelander.
and I loved the fucking purge of Vought.
Yeah, that
Especially
was
when I
hilarious.
love any time in a movie where and it happens in Rome, it happens in Schindler's List, it happened where they give you a list of people and it's like top of the list, and then immediately they're looking at it and they're like, this person should be at the top of the list. It's so fucking bureaucratic, and the way they go about it is just fucking
My favorite
genius.
part is when Black Noir kills Ashley, who's not on the list. And he's like, there's too many
Yeah,
Ashleys in this fucking building.
actually,
I was like,
yeah.
bro, like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, and the one that they're after shoots up some V, and we have no idea what she turns
Yeah,
into.
yeah, we're gonna have to wait till season 5 to see what Ashley turned into. That's gonna be a big reveal as well. Ashley shooting up V. She runs into Homelander's room and fucking grabs the V.
Which she is my second favorite character this season. Um,
Okay.
I I loved the fact that they totally explained her relationship with was it the smart guy, basically the Bruce Wayne of the boys universe.
Tech Knight.
Tech Knight, yeah. And I like how, she is the only human really in a room full of superheroes that are all murderous psychopaths, and she knows about everybody's fucking dirty laundry.
Oh yeah.
And, in the end, she goes into self preservation mode, which is always kind of fun to see.
No,
Because,
100%. Especially at the end of this episode when she just freaks and she's like
yeah,
last resort, bro. So I mean, if she makes it out alive, she may end up teaming up with the Butcher and them as well. That's another soup that could
yeah.
join the A team. I guess you could say the B team. The A team's the boys.
And,
Because you're gonna have to have soups to kill soups. I feel like, from what we've learned,
Yeah.
like guns don't really do shit to soups. Either gonna be a virus or soups killing soups. So
I mean, it's just such a good fucking show, and I'm sad to see that it's over
I'm
like
sad
this
to see it's
season.
over
But
too
I'm
this
looking forward
season,
to it.
but we have Peacemaker coming out soon. Maker season
Yes.
2 will be out sooner than we know it, and I think that's gonna be fucking awesome. I think James Gunn now knows what works, and he's just gonna play into it. Like they're even changing up the intro dance number, everything. So I think like he's really listening to the viewers. Like I think there's gonna be like some big like possible cameos. He has
Yeah.
all these shows and movies coming out. Knows what, and there hasn't been any like real set leak photo maker, so I think he's trying to keep that one under wraps.
I think that may be the thing that ultimately will turn everything around over at DC. I really hope so.
I mean
I hope
that.
it's Peacemaker.
Well, Peacemaker we already know is going to be good. I think it's really depending on the Superman and Green Lantern show. Superman movie and the Green Lantern
Yeah.
show, I think, are really determining it. I need to watch uh whatever the fuck Infinite whatever the DC animated show or movie
Uh,
Infinite
yeah, I know what
Universes
you're
or
talking.
whatever.
Yes.
Because the third one is Kevin Conroy's last voice acting gig as Batman.
Ooh, shit. All
That
right.
just came out. The Crisis on Infinite Earths, Part One,
Yes.
or Part Two is his last one, if I'm correct. Yeah, because I don't see a. Kite Man also just came out on Max as well. He a bunch of characters from Harley Quinn are gonna appear, and it's the same universe. He's literally that's where he showed up in was in the first couple of Harley Quinn. I think it'll be really funny. I was watching Harley Quinn over at my buddy Jerry's house today. Show is fucking highly recommend anybody who's not watching that on HBO go watch it. I don't know, man. There's actually like a decent amount of good stuff coming out. We got My Adventures with Superman. We talked about
Yeah.
that the other week. Like I need to get
Yep.
that. Uh I don't know, man. I'm really excited for TMNT #1 to come out this week though. That will be the new starting point of it it is there's a lot riding on it. So that little prequel story I think this
Yeah. Yes.
I went to bed to the old ass cartoon last night. Prime has a channel that just plays the old
Hmm. Yeah.
because if you got Prime, the app has live channel, and I've been using that to go to bed. And yeah, dude, I woke up and fucking Donatello's on my I was like, yo, I was like, I love this. Emma wakes up before me, so she probably was just laughing that I went to bed.
I mean, that makes sense.
Or
That checks.
well, because when she goes to bed, she puts on fucking true crime, and I do
Yeah.
I put on the complete opposite to go to bed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Like, I'll. She'll have it on, like. This is the funniest thing in the fucking world. I walk in, she's got on the McMurda like family trial or whatever, and she's like,
Yeah.
"I can't go to sleep. This family's too fucked up." And I'm like, "I'm going to sleep to the fucking Romanovs,
Yeah.
the infinite family of fucked up people." Like, what?
Yeah, nah.
And my thing is boring.
I can't do that shit no more. I used to, but I can't. I was having fucked up dreams. I was going to bed to SVU
Yeah,
all the time, and I was like, nah, dude, I need that, and like, I wouldn't go to bed. I get sucked into the story, so I just put on like
yeah.
cartoons because I don't care.
For me, it would be like waking up, looking at the TV, and being like, "I know that actor."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like this, that, or the third. You know, it doesn't matter. But I mean, is what it is. Uh, I don't know though, man. I need to find the first. I need to find the three '90s movies on VHS tape, and I'll be happy.
Ooh, yeah.
That is
Happy
like,
hunting for those.
yeah, I will. I'm probably gonna have to get them online, but we'll see. Track them down.
Sure. All right, so I got a boys related question for you.
Yeah,
Heart of hearts. Who's the hottest in your opinion?
I'm gonna catch so much shit for this, but Starlight.
Starlight's good. Starlight's good.
Nah,
She's attractive.
she's definitely the hottest.
I gotta go with Firecracker.
No, that girl's a
Mm.
pedophile, Juju. You can't call a pedophile hot. I'm just gonna say that right now. You literally a pedophile in the show. Like, I have to judge you for that one.
um, I don't know. It's just something about that fucking suit, man.
Nah, I'm still gonna have to say
And like,
Starlight.
the actress that plays her is and actually I've heard interviews with her and the actress from Starlight. They're all very nice. They seem like normal people,
Yeah,
you
no, they
know.
are. I watched the one with Anthony Starr on whatever, and
Yeah.
that was actually really good. So, and then Carl Urban did one, and he did a whole. And they're like,
Yes.
ah! I was like, yo.
Also, I gotta put Kimiko on that list. I
Oh,
like
okay.
her.
No, I take it back. Kimiko is the hottest. It's Kimiko, Starlight, then the pedophile.
You know, it's sad though. I have a thing for fucking conservative chicks. Like, I realized it. I was like, this is why I listened to Tammy Laundren for too long. Like,
Go watch Roseanne or something, dude. I think it's so funny still that Galaxy Con had a Roseanne couch trying to like
Roseanne.
rebrand
Yeah.
Roseanne into like, because it's not fucking Homegirl anymore. As
Because she died on the show.
yeah, they killed her off. Talked about that though. We won't go into that, right? But you got anything you want to say, Juju?
Yeah, man. I am so glad I've been a part of Brain Dead for so long and that we keep doing it and we're getting bigger and bigger every day.
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude. I definitely agree with them. We're doing podcasts. We're working on a comic book. We have a
yep.
comic book online store at Whatnot. You can follow it in the link. Sign up link. You get $15. Making other content, a bunch of and me and Juju are gonna start doing a couple. Y'all have a good night, man. Peace.